Imagine being able to manage your home network from anywhere in the world through your cell phone. Yes, anywhere that you have a network connection, you can connect to your OPNsense. In the last video, we set up WireGuard and we used it to securely connect my iPhone back to our home network. And now, yes, this is helpful, but realistically, you probably don't want to navigate the OPNsense portal via our iPhone. Small screens, can't really navigate. It's like everything is just so tiny. So what we're going to do in this video is pretty much set up WireGuard via OPNsense on our laptop. Keep watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. What we want to do is make sure that we download the WireGuard installer. So what I did, I just searched for WireGuard for Windows. I did that, found the installer, and I ran the install. And once you have that WireGuard for Windows installed on your computer, let's go ahead and get connected into our OPNsense portal. What we want to do is make sure that we create peers for, or a peer for our Windows device, just to make sure that we can have that connection between the device and the OPNsense device platform portal. You know what I mean. Back into that peers menu, and once we have that new peer created by clicking that upper right hand plus sign icon looking thing, we can go ahead and give this new peer a name. I gave it a win-laptop. And here, as you can see, you can generate the pre-shared key. You add the allowed IP. It'll be a continuation of a former IP address that you had, along with the, the SIDR, SIDR, whatever you want to call it. And we add a keep alive interval of 25. Now with the newly created peer, it's not really complete yet. We're still missing the public key, and this is where this portion of the Windows device comes in. What we're doing is creating a secure tunnel from this Windows PC back to the OPNsense firewall. So as you can see here, it has its own, a very own generated public key. So from what you can see, it also has its own private key and its own formatting. You want to make sure you keep things within brackets for, interface and peer. And at the bottom, you'll go ahead and follow the formatting that I display on the screen. You want to make sure to grab that public key that we have generated on our Windows device and plug it back into the peer that we created for the Win-laptop. You want to make sure to apply and save that. You always want to make sure we do that. Now that we have that saved, I just wanted to take a quick look at the Instances tab. And from here, I go ahead and launch that. And I'm taking a look. I want to see if the peer is also included now that I created that new, Win-laptop here. And I do see that it is, so that's good. So what we have to do now is make sure that we grab our pre-shared key from this new peer and add it back to the Windows device configuration. We should now have our pre-shared key information, maybe copied down. Maybe you have a notepad and you just set it aside and you go ahead and label that. What we want to do is also grab our public key from the instance that we have created. This is called Home VPN, maybe call something else if you made it on your own. But we just go ahead and grab that as well. And we go ahead and jump back to our Windows configuration. To go ahead and start, what we want to do is make sure that we create the following fields. We need to make sure that we add the address field. So this would be the same IP address you added to the newly created peer. For me, it's 10.0.0.3/32. Then we add the DNS. It would be 10.0.0.1. From there, we go on to the peer section. We can go ahead and add the public key. So just like I did, like I said, remember, follow the same formatting, public key space equals, and then you add, I'm just adding the formatting for you guys so you can make sure you have that exact information, and you can go ahead and copy paste from, say, the notepad that you labeled both the pre-shared key from your peer and the public key from the instance. So when I finish kind of pre-filling out this information, I'm just adding informational text in order to help you, to make it easier for you to grab that information and paste it to where it's needed. And once I'm done with this, you can go ahead and take a screenshot, or if you're good, you can just go ahead and copy what you need from the OPNsense portal and copy it over to this tunnel on your Windows device. For the allowed IPs, what we want to do is make sure that we add a 0.0.0.0/0. This is in order to allow traffic to pass through. And for our endpoint, this would be your public IP address. What you would do is, in order to get this, is go to whatismyip.com. You would do this on your home computer, the device that you would usually use to connect to your OPNsense device. And the one other field that we do want to fill out is the persistent keep alive. From here, we'll just add the 25, and that should be all good to go. And if you haven't, copied over the pre-shared key or the public key, then go ahead and do that. And once we have those fields filled out, we should be able to click the save button right at the bottom. We also want to make sure that once we have everything filled out, you'll get this little pop-up asking to block untunneled traffic. Want to make sure to remove that check, and then you'll see something change within your formatting information there, but it should be all good. It's just covering all the traffic that should be able to pass through that tunnel now. So it'll just change that IP address or the allowed IPs, and it adds that 128 address to your tunnel. So what we want to do here is make sure that we can test it. I'm using a hotspot, but if you want to test it outside of your network, you can do that too. But if you have a hotspot or another network that you can connect to, it'd be a great way for you to test and make sure that this is working. So I get connected to my hotspot, then we jump back over to that WireGuard configuration. And what we want to do is open up another tab, Chrome, Safari, whatever you have. And let's go ahead and just make sure that we have a connection. I unfortunately do not have the best connection with my hotspot, so I just want to make sure that I have a stable network connection. And this is exactly what I'm doing here. You probably want to do the same. Not sure how yours works, but I can see that I do have a connection. So I'm searching for WireGuard for Windows. I made sure the connection is working. So what I'll do, make sure that and confirming that I am connected still to my hotspot. So what we'll do, I keep saying that, is activate the tunnel on your Windows device. From here, you want to test the connection, make sure that everything's working fine. You have internet access and there are no issues there. Just want to make sure that traffic is coming through via that tunnel. I'm looking at my IP address here, so I can see that I have that peer IP address that we added earlier before in our configuration. Just to absolutely make sure that this is working and our VPN is working as expected, what we want to do is ping our OPNsense portal IP address. So this is my IP address. I am getting a reply, so we know that it is working. Then I'm going to go ahead and navigate to that portal. And you can see here, I am doing just that, and it is working just fine, not having any issues. So it looks like the VPN is on the up and up, and it is working just as expected. We finally confirmed that the VPN is working. And what I'll show you here is once we pull up the Windows WireGuard application, that you can see that information or data is transferring. So if you're not getting anything and it just stays at 0 right below there where the transfer information is, then it means that your configuration probably has something wrong, and there's maybe something that you're missing, or you added some information wrong, or maybe a key or part of a number is missing, and you probably need to take another look to see what's missing. Maybe try pasting that shared key back, public key, just take a look at everything, all the steps, replaying the video, just to make sure that you have everything as expected. And from the command prompt here, you can see while I ran the ipconfig, you can see that we have our original IPv4 address, which is the 172. We no longer have that 10.0.0.3, and that's because the VPN was deactivated. So everything is good. ready to go. And you should probably be seeing, not probably, you should be seeing the same on your end. So now for some final testing, what we'll do is make sure we refresh the OPNsense portal page. We can't reach the page. Why is that? It's because we still have our hotspot connected. So we are on a different network and we shouldn't be able to reach that. So what I did is connected right back to my home network, went back to the WireGuard status page, and we can see that we have that green status kind of check mark thing going for us. So that means that everything is working fine. You see the sent and received. So everything's good.
And there we have it. Now we have WireGuard completely working on our Windows laptop. As we started out the series by building VPN connection to OPNsense using WireGuard. We tested remote access from the iPhone and made sure we can connect from anywhere. And when I say anywhere, I mean anywhere. Now we just added a new peer, a separate peer for a Windows device, and made sure that we can do the same on a Windows laptop. You can access anything that you have on your home network from anywhere in the world and not be worried since you're connected to a secure network. If you've been following the OPNsense series from the beginning, just please make sure that you're liking, comment, and subscribing because we're going to keep building on this series and I wouldn't want you to miss it. Thanks for watching.